What's good, you guys? It is Nick, your average girl, and I know I've been very inconsistent with where I'm filming, but honestly, I just been getting feedback, and you guys seem to like a more authentic type of vibe, so I just kind of be recording wherever it makes sense for me, okay? I got one of the boys with me. He's literally knocked out, like all up under here. You guys cannot see him, but there's one. The other one's over here. I don't know if he's going to join us or not. We'll see. But definitely, before we really get into it, make sure you follow me on my IG at Nick, your average girl. That's at NIK, and then your average girl spelled correctly. Okay. Keep an eye out on any new posts. I post some previews, or some clips and snippets of my other episodes. So if you enjoy any, If you enjoy any, definitely make sure that you are listening to those bad boys. But other than that, I think that's all that I got. So let's go ahead and tap into it. And today's episode was inspired by one of the reels that I posted a couple weeks back, I guess. And the comments were intriguing. That's not even the right word. Like, I wouldn't even say intriguing, but you know, folks were talking they-ish, as everyone does. And those comments is just what sparked me to make this video. So I will definitely try to show a clip of the reel, but in case I don't do that, sorry about the chew toy. In case I don't do that, in my reel, I pretty much was like, guys, like, why can't you get the hint if we don't answer you? Like, stop messaging us. Like, stop reaching out over and over and over again. That was the point of the reel. And so there's a whole bunch of just random people. And it was like a few comments. Whew. Excuse me, baby. I'm tired. But it was a few comments kind of along the lines of this one. And pretty much they were just saying, like, stop giving hints. Like, just say no. And I was like, okay, like, this just kind of got my wheels turning, and it got me wanting to talk about it, because it's like, folks, if only they knew, okay? And if there are any girls watching this, like, I just feel like you understand how difficult it can be to reject a man. And I think we can all maybe agree, I have an easier time saying, oh, no, thank you, and walking away when I'm with my girls. Like, if it's a girls' night out, or he never plays with these toys, and now he's going to play with it because I'm recording. That's too funny. But I can definitely do it when I have a girls' night out, and it's just, like, me and my girls, and I'm just like, oh, no. Or me and a couple friends, even. Like, if I'm with people, it's way easier to say no, because I feel like nothing's really going to happen. You know what I'm saying? To where when I'm by myself, like, there's a genuine fear that they will not like that answer. And it can get real messy real quick. And I'm sure people are like, well, what do you even mean by that? You know, whatever. And I can't speak for all women, but I can probably speak for some, or some can probably relate in the sense that, like, I've politely, and let's talk about that too. Like, I'm never really rude, because I feel like it no matter who you are, I feel like it takes, oh my god, I'm literally so sorry, I keep yawning. But no matter who you are, I feel like it takes some sort of, like, guts to approach anybody, and that's never been my strong suit. So I'm like, I would feel super embarrassed if someone was like, ew, no, like, or was just, like, really ignorant when they, like, rejected me. So I'm always very nice and polite. I always say, oh, no, thank you, I appreciate it, or I'm flattered, something along those lines, but yada, yada, yada. But I've had multiple instances where I've politely declined, okay, and they will literally lose their shit. Like, they go in on you, dude. Like, they start going off. They get mad. They don't handle it well. And then it becomes aggressive. Not aggressive like they're fucking beating me on the side of the road, but aggressive, and now they're verbally, like, kind of, like, attacking in a way. Like, for example, I went and I was at a gas station one time. I went inside, and I was actually with my friend, I think, for this one. But this was, like, the very first time I had, like, rejected someone. And these guys were, like, hanging out at the gas station. They were all, like, hanging out at this car or whatever. But then they saw us go in, and they, like, followed us in. And then they started macking. And I was like, oh, no, thank you. And literally, I mean, what, you're too good? You too good? You're not even cute anyway. What the fuck? Trying to say no to me, like, you're not even cute. And, like, literally, like, just things of that nature just in circles over and over and over. And he just kept saying it. Like, they weren't even buying anything. They just went in there to mac on us. And then we said no. And then he started, like, going off out loud. Like, it was doing entirely too much, dude. And so at that point, I'm uneasy because we got to walk back out to that same lot that they're kicking it at. And it's not like it's just one or two guys. Like, it was, like, a group of men. And then it's me and my one friend. So it's like, now, homeboy, okay, super heated, super mad, definitely feeling away. And now I gotta, like, go and have to walk past him again and hope that he's, like, not mad enough to follow me to my car now. Because, mind you, he followed us into the gas station. Like, literally. They had no need to go in. They didn't do anything when they were in there, like, at all. And even, like, the clerk, like, at the register, he was like, I'm so sorry about that. And he was, like, trying to apologize. I was like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't help it. But it's that situation happens very often. Like, when men just don't take rejection well, like, they just become aggressive. And it gets scary. Like, I don't know. It's just, and I made another reel, like, in response to these comments. But, Jaeger, what is you doing, boy? He's going in on this toy. And I made a reel in response. I am being so rude right now. Okay? In response, and it was, like, kind of, like, supposed to be funny, but, like, it's also, like, but just think about it. And pretty much that reel, like, I was just, like, if guys were just to envision, like, if you are locked up, right? And, I don't know, at least in the movies, there's always some big dude everyone is freaking scared of because this nigga's just really big, and he's got a whole gang up in there. Okay, I don't know if that's really how it goes. Never been. But we know the vibes, okay, at least from the movies. So I just told them, like, imagine that big heifer is very much ding, gay, okay? And he wants to fuck with you. And I was like, you tell him no. You tell him no. Like, literally, he has a gang of people or a group of people that is riding for him in here, okay? You tell him no. Like, let him know. No, thank you. I'm good. And you let me know how that goes, okay? But, like, all in all, like, my point is, like, that really, like, that stomach drop, like, you get in very, like, scary or nerve-wracking situations. That's literally how it feels. Like, I feel honestly scared to tell men no, especially when I'm by myself. Because you just never really know. Of course, yeah, maybe this guy, like, he just wants to yell and, like, cause a scene. But maybe the next guy's a little bit different, or maybe the next guy's a little bit more aggressive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these things are real, and I'm just being honest, dude. Like, sexual assault is real. Like, literally, like, abuse or, like, domestic violence. Like, all these things, like, and maybe that's not, like, the right thing to talk about. But my thing is, like, people are violent. People are aggressive. And men, okay, like, if you bigot at me, I'm scared. I'm scared. So I'm always very nice in general to people, just because I'm like, you never know. I mean, men and women crazy, okay? But that's not the point of this. My point is that when I personally am not comfortable just saying no to a man because I don't know how he's going to react to it, okay? So let me kind of put in perspective how these situations go, right? You're out and about. I don't care where you're at the club or whatever, a bar, I don't know. And a man approaches me, and he starts macking, you're beautiful, you're this, you're that, you got a man, yada, yada, yada. Now, I like when they ask if you have a man, because I always just say yes. If I'm very, very uninterested, yeah, I'm seeing someone. The worst part is they still try it, and that's frustrating. And that's kind of scary, because it's like, this is me telling you no, and you're still going. I'm not available, and you're still going to try it. So, but most of the time, they're like, oh, yeah, I don't know, and then they kind of go away. But sometimes they don't, and they keep trying, and I just kind of like, yeah, no. And that happens, right? But sometimes they don't ask. They just come up, you're gorgeous, you fine, you bad. Okay, which, not very flattering, just as a side note. But they kind of get straight to the point. You're like, let me get your number. And sometimes it's not even a question. It's let me get your number, or let me get your snap, or let me whatever. And it's easier for me to just give that to them and then never have to interact, because I don't want to start a whole thing, or I don't want to have this whole conversation. Like, I could be out with my friends or, my people, and you're trying to have this whole debate on why I don't want to give you my number. Like, I don't want to have to do that every time I go out. You know what I'm saying? So it's easier to just here, I give it to them. They will usually, if it's, honestly, I'll go back to that. But before, when I would give my number, I would just be like, here. And of course, we all used to give fakes, but now motherfuckers caught on, and they will call you literally right there. And that's like, oh my God, it's so annoying. So they'll call you and whatever. I'm like, okay, cool, bye. They'll go after that. They feel like they succeeded, so they're gone. They're out of there. Okay, see you later. And then they text me or they call me, and I never say anything, because it's easier to ignore them. Like, now there's no debate, there's no arguing, there's no anything. It's just done. Do I maybe run into them later? Yeah, sometimes I do. And sometimes they say something, and sometimes they don't. And honestly, most times, I just forget who they are, what the fuck they even look like. Like, even if I do run into them again, they'll look at me and they'll be like, oh yeah, do you remember me? And I just be like, huh. And I just keep walking, because I don't. Okay, because I don't. But, now, so like I said, before I would just give a fake number. I cannot, I am just so sorry. Before I used to give a fake number, and then they started calling you on the spot. So now, for a little bit, I gave my real number, and then I just ignored them. But now, I'm like, well, at least let me get something out of this. So if they asked for my number, I said, I can't just be giving my number out like that, but you can get my, usually IG, because I'm trying to grow my IG anyway. So I'm like, here's my IG. Or they'll do Snap, one or the other. It doesn't matter. But I do that, and then it's still the same thing. So they'll message, and then I just literally ignore it. And yeah, I literally just ignore it. And I wish I could show you guys what I mean. Actually, I really hope I can put a screen recording up of just an example of what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about they send a message and then I just don't answer, but then I answer, wow. Sometimes, I'll just, go back and forth, whatever, but then if I see that they're trying to mac, or they're trying to, pursue something, then I stop replying. I'm like, yeah, I'm not interested, I'm not trying to do this. And they just don't get the hint after that. How are you replying back to back to back to stories and messaging me over and over and over again, and I literally haven't even opened your shit? That's the thing I'm talking about. And so these guys that were commenting, and they were like, don't give hints, just say it. Bro, what do you mean? Honestly, I don't speak to you. That's not even giving a hint. That just is what it is. It just is what it is. I'm not talking to you. How is that so hard to, like, grasp? You know what I'm saying? So, pretty much all in all, why it's so hard to just say no is because it's, for me, and I won't speak for everyone, but for me, it can be scary. Especially alone. If I'm with my girls, I'm like, oh, no, thank you. I just keep walking. But literally just a couple of weeks ago, like, I shit you not, dude. It was a group of guys, and it was, like, me and my girls out. And so one of the guys like, oh, what are you guys getting into? And I said, oh, no, it's time for bed. We're headed home. Have a good night. And I brushed him off. I'm literally walking as I'm saying this because I'm like, yeah, we're not doing this. Like, good night. Thank you. And you guys, like, we're crossing the street to get to our car. He follows us to the car. He followed us to the car, still macking. Like, what? It's still early. What do you mean? What do you want to get into? What? What? I just said no. Like, what the fuck is he following me for? Like, I'm telling you, it's not that easy. So, part of me, with the people in the comments that are like, just say no, I feel like y'all be the niggas that be doing that. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I feel like men like that, like, if it doesn't click for you, what's not clicking, Steven? I love that TikTok. But, like, that's gotta be you. Like, there is nothing to get. Like, anyone that's, like, very socially aware, if they don't get anyone, like I said, I gotta wrap this up. If they don't get anyone texting back, then that's just what it is. Okay. But I just had to pop on and talk about this because I'm like, yeah, they're not getting it. Okay. If you agree with anything I said, like, men or women, definitely drop a comment below. Like, I don't, some people, it just doesn't click. Like, they just don't get it. Like, women, I hope that you have not experienced this, but part of me feels like most of us have, unfortunately. So if you guys can just relate in any way, definitely drop a comment below. Like, let it be known, like, this is a thing, okay? And they really do need to get the hint. Like, stop blowing us up. Stop, like, being on our case. You know what I'm saying? Leave us alone. If we're not talking to you, then stop trying to talk to us. It's that simple. Okay? Make sure you guys are following my IG at Nick Your Average Girl. I'm pretty much Nick Your Average Girl on every platform now. IG, TikTok, YouTube as well. So definitely keep an eye out. I think I want to start making some more, like, YouTube videos. I'm working a lot, so it's going to be very difficult to keep up with it. But I, here and there, would like to make videos that are at least beneficial to you guys. As far as, like, being an average girl or just an average person. I have some tips on, like, a little bit of, like, money stuff too. So I will get that out to you guys as soon as I can. But I appreciate everyone for watching this. I love you guys, and have a great day. Bye.